And it looks like we are just about ready, so it's time for Aragorn Any Percent New Game for Lord of the Rings The Two Towers Game Boy Advance version, run by Nysyarc. Take it away.
Hello, everybody. So I'm just gonna let everyone know right off the bat that I am a little under the weather right now, so my voice might be a little hoarse, and there might be some coughing here and there, but I am okay, so don't worry about that. I also just want to say that while I'm very excited to be here running this game and showcasing it and all this stuff, I don't want us to lose sight of kind of the real reason that we're all here, which is raising money for the Real Hope Project. And so anybody who wanted to donate or thought they might donate, I definitely urge you to consider doing so. There is a link down below the stream that you can click and you can donate, and it's just a great cause. And you can learn more about that down below as well. There's links for that too. But with that, let's get right into the run here. So I'm going to just give a little countdown to start the timer. It's going to be as soon as I select my character, Aragorn here. So 3, 2, 1, go. So this is Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers for the Game Boy Advance. It was actually released at the exact same time as the game for the GameCube that we're going to be seeing right after this. But it's a very different game. It's kind of a isometric viewpoint like this. You're playing as a character, almost RPG style. You got like stats that you can build up, skills you can use. So a very different game to the way it's built. And all I'm really going to be doing is trying my best to get through these areas quickly while also killing enemies and getting experience. Because I'm going to be going through so quickly, I'm going to be missing a lot of enemies that you otherwise could fight if you were, kind of playing the game casually. So as a result, I am still going to be very under-leveled and kind of underpowered by the time I get to the end of the game. I'm going to explain what I did just there in a second, but there's a lot to cover in the beginning here, so let's see if we can lure these guys up here. There we go. And I'm going to be trying to group enemies into like groups of 2 or 3 as often as I can to kill them all at once. That's just something you'll see me doing throughout the run. I want to try to be efficient about that when I can be. So one of the biggest components to this run that's kind of, kind of make or break for whether the run's going to be a good one or not is equipment drops. So right there, you'll see in the bottom of my screen it says those are shoes. I don't actually want shoes. What I want on my feet are sandals. They actually look the same as shoes, that little sprite that you saw there. So shoes can kind of bait you out and make you think they're sandals. But what sandals do is they increase my movement speed by 10%. So, doing a speed run, that's fairly obvious. That's a good thing. The other thing that I do want kind of right away, or as soon as possible, is a second sword. Aragorn can wield a sword and a shield if he wanted to. This guy's not dying. I'm just going to move over here. So he can do that, but it's a lot more effective for him to use his skill called dual wield and use 2 swords at the same time. It gives him more attack range, a lot more damage, and so it's just way more efficient all around. So we're going to be looking for a second sword as early as possible, ideally before we get to the Moria section, which is just after Caradhras here. We're going to spend our second level up. So right here, what I'm doing is I'm putting points into my accuracy attribute, and then here I'm putting points into the dual wield skill, which every point that I put in there is going to make me do 1 additional bonus damage only when I'm holding 2 swords. So right now it's doing nothing. So I need to find that second sword as quickly as possible. Make sure that I might even break some extra stuff here just to try and find a sword, just because we haven't yet. Usually by now you'd want to have one. But still lots of chances for us to get one, so we'll see how it goes. And we also do still want sandals on our feet, just to move faster. And then there's one last item that we're going to be looking for early on, and that is an amulet, which we wear around our neck. And it's going to give us 5% chance to shield block without actually having to wear a shield, which is really nice. 5% doesn't sound like a lot, but it can really... there's a second sword, perfect. So we got a leaf sword there, which is not the best for damage output, but it's absolutely acceptable. Still going to be a lot better than just having 1 sword for now, so absolutely we'll take that. And we're going to fight this guy. We actually have to kill this blue guy before the area exit point to our right there will actually kind of function correctly. And we got another pair of shoes there that tried to troll us. Anytime that I find an item on the ground that... Ooh, these guys just aren't dying here. Sometimes you just have a lot of trouble hitting enemies. You gotta just move on. So yeah, anytime I find an item on the ground that I don't want to be wearing, so for example, when I find those shoes, I want to actually not pick it up at all, because if you pick up an item and you don't have anything equipped in that slot yet, it will auto-equip. So I don't want that. Also, what I did just there, a lot happening here, I moved in a very specific way so that this area up here, there's no goblins that spawned. You'll notice there's a campfire here, there's nobody around it. Normally there's supposed to be a bunch of goblins that spawn here, but by moving in a very specific way down beneath that rocky bridge, I kind of skip the goblin spawning, which is really nice. Just saves a little cutscene with them and having to fight them all. So we're entering Moria now. There's going to be some tough fights in here. We definitely want to find sandals as early as possible because a lot of walking in Moria, and so it saves a lot of time having sandals. This guy, there we go. And we're going to fight this green guy here. He's really tough. If I didn't have 2 swords already at this point, this would be an almost impossible fight. Because he's got a lot of defense, hard to hit. Actually, he's running away now. And he probably dropped, okay, buckler, yeah. So we want to try and also get gems a little bit at this point, because we do want to buy a few things from a couple upgrade stores. So there's a skill point that we want to buy at a shrine. We also want to purchase a couple of whetstone upgrades, which are going to increase our damage. It's just kind of convenient that they're along the path that we're going to take anyway. And so it's nice to have the gems by the time we get there to be able to buy those things. So we're not going to veer off our course too much to pick up gems or items, but we are going to try to pick up things like that as long as they're in our path. Okay, we're going to level up here really quick. Spend our accuracy. So let me just talk a little bit about why I'm putting points exclusively into accuracy. In this game, your best defense is a great offense. It's kind of the best way to sum it up. Enemies are going to be able to hit you no matter what, even if you put points in defense. It's not going to make enough difference that it's going to matter. But if you can hit enemies, you can stun them like this consistently. So as long as you're able to hit them, you can stun them, and that just prevents them from attacking you. And if you have, obviously the more you hit them, the faster you kill them too, which is just great for a speedrun. So we're going to be exclusively putting points into accuracy to make sure we can hit enemies as efficiently as possible. And same with skills. We're only going to get 2 skills the entire game. That is dual wield, which we already have. And this guy is in a rough, dangerous spot here. I'm going to try to just... Normally, I can safe spot him in the door there, but I might show that with this guy. Yeah, so this guy here, if I go back in here, he has a lot of trouble getting to me in the store. Okay, well, normally you... He still might kill me. There we go. Okay, so we got 100 gems there, which is good. There's a little thing coming up right here where we can buy our first whetstone upgrade, and we're going to sell a few things to get rid of them as well. We want to keep that amulet. So we bought our whetstone, that gives us +1 damage. And we're going to go down here. Still need sandals, so I'm going to break a couple of barrels here really quickly to try and find them. It is absolutely worth it if you find sandals, basically anywhere. Even if you have to veer out of the way a little bit to find them. Because the amount of time you save over the course of the run is massive, with even just the 10% bonus speed. So we're going to ignore that armor up there. We don't really need armor. If it's in our path, we'll take it. Otherwise, we're just going to ignore it. We do have an amulet now, which is not equipped yet. But like I said before, that's going to give us a 5% chance to shield block, which completely negates the damage of an attack. So if an attack, there's later in the game, there's going to be enemies that can kind of kill me in one hit. It's going to happen a lot, actually. And so the amulet can completely nullify all that damage and just take it all out. And I've had runs saved before completely by an amulet blocking the attack. So totally worth it to get that. I'm going to put that on right now. And then we're going to get even more accuracy. And now we're going to get the other skill we're getting, which is Commanding Presence. And that is an active skill. The only active skill I've been using excuse me, up to this point has been the healing skill that I have. And now with this one, what it does is it allows us to stun enemies near us for a brief amount of time. And that's very important for the boss fight coming up against the cave troll. There's a few other parts, like spots in the run where it's going to be useful as well, but primarily that boss fight is going to be key for Commanding Presence. So we're going to just sell some stuff, grab this. So that's an extra skill point we just bought there. So essentially it's as if we got another level up, except it's just the 1 skill point instead of the 5 attribute points as well. So that's also nice because it means that the next time we level up, we can put 2 points into Commanding Presence, which is going to increase the stun time. It's going to make it a lot easier to to take out the cave troll without dying. Aragorn is actually the only character at this point in this run, because the other characters that you can play as also come through Moria, and they have to fight the cave troll as well. And Aragorn's the only character who has a stun move that's efficient like that at this point. So he's got kind of an advantage. There is a way you can fight the cave troll and safe spot him, so you don't have to bother with stunning him, because he can't hit you. But with Aragorn, you can be a little bit faster, because you can just kind of fight him right up close, keep him stunned, and do a lot of extra damage. Okay, so we're just moving through now. There's a pretty long section here, but we're just kind of running away from goblins. It's a little bit trickier without sandals, because we'd normally be going faster right now. But we're gonna... Oh, wait, no, just shoes, okay. So I got excited there, because that's, again, sandals and shoes look identical on the ground. But so far we've been trolled 3 times with the shoes. It happens. So here, again, look at that, more shoes. Beautiful. So still no sandals. Like I said, it happens. You gotta just make do. Eventually we'll find some, and if we don't, then it'll just be a slower run than usual. So still cruising along here. Again, not much is going to happen in the next little bit, so I've got a couple minutes now if there's any donations that we want to read out.
Sure. We do have a $20 donation from Stace Jam, who says, Lord of the Rings!
Excellent. Oh, okay. So in this room here, this is a very large room, and it's a very bad one to die in near the end of it, because it takes a lot of time to get through it. But we're just gonna not die in the end of this room. How about that? We'll just not die this time. And oh geez, wow. That's something that I should mention too, is that there will be deaths in this run. I will die. It won't. Sometimes it'll be intentional. There's situations where I might want to die, because when you die, you start over at the beginning of the area you're in, and you get all of your health and your spirit points back. So it can be very, very beneficial to do that in some circumstances. But I'm also going to die unintentionally. It's pretty much guaranteed to happen at some point. This is a very difficult game, and not only is it very difficult normally, but we're also going to be underleveled throughout the entire game. So enemies are going to be able to kill us in one shot in a lot of different circumstances. So all I'm doing there is just hitting these little switches to open up the path down below, and that door that we just opened up is going to lead us to the cave troll, which is the final boss of this area. Oh, okay, you don't want to die apparently. Okay, so this next little spot here, there's going to be a couple of green goblins that we're going to want to kind of work our way around. Here I want to try and get as many of these guys as I can. I'm going to pick up that armor and equip it now, because I do need something better to wear. Armor is not as important as, some of the other equipment slots. Like I was saying, the amulet is more important. Having a second weapon is more important. But it is still important to have some better armor eventually, because it does reduce the damage you take from enemies to a very minimal degree. But it can save your life, you never know. Okay, keeping going here. Still don't have sandals. At this point in the run, if I didn't have sandals yet, I'd be considering, resetting the run if I was going for a world record. But you know what? We're here for a marathon. We're here to have fun. It'll be fine. It'll all work out in the end. The cave troll actually has a chance of dropping some elven styled items, which are going to give me more bonus speed. So if I get like an elven piece of armor or an elven cape, that will actually make me move even faster. So hopefully here, this is the cave troll by the way, it's a fight coming up. So let's see how this goes. So I want to try to lure the goblins here, kill them kind of before the cave troll gets here. And I want to stun the cave troll. Oh, he did the slow attack, that's fine. So I'm going to stun him as he's swinging at me, before he hits me ideally. He's not taking a lot of damage, so I'm going to be careful here. Yeah, normally you want to critical hit him a few times. I'm going to have to kite him around this thing here. Oh, yeah, he killed me. Okay, that's fine. So it's kind of hard you can't really dodge this attack, so you have to rely on stunning him entirely. So we're going to just give one more go here, and should be fine this time. Normally what happens was when you stun him, you get free critical hits on him. It happens pretty often that when he's stunned, you can get critical hits which do double damage. It didn't actually happen at all there, so that was certainly something that could have gone better that did not. Ooh, this guy's not dead either now. This is kind of bad. So the green guy being alive here is rough too. Yeah, okay. Things are falling apart, but it's fine. So the green guy there, I definitely want to kill him a lot faster, because if he doesn't die, he can do a lot of damage to me from behind. That's another kind of mechanic of this game, is that enemies, when they hit you from behind, they actually do a lot more damage than when they hit you from the front. So you need to try and keep enemies in front of you at all times. And that's why I'm trying not to back up here too much, because I don't want to lure the goblins that are behind me. I want to just keep all the enemies in front of me. Okay. Okay, that was a critical hit on him. I don't know if it's, you can't really, it's hard to tell, but... Okay, we got him. There we go. Okay, so now we need to be careful because we're not out of the woods yet, because there's still a whole lot of goblins between us and the exit. Okay, that went well. So we're gonna just... I did pick up shoes here, which I don't want. I was hoping they were sandals, but they were not. And we're just gonna stun these guys and get through here, so that's fine. Okay. Still more goblins we gotta kill. These guys here, actually, we have to kill because they can... Ooh, these guys are getting behind me. They can kind of run towards you during this cutscene. Ah, see, it happened anyway. So they can't actually hurt me during this cutscene, but they are gonna be annoying because they're gonna make it a little bit laggier, just the fact that they're there. It kind of adds characters to the screen, and it just slows it down a bit. And then also, they can hurt me as soon as the cutscene ends. So I need to kill that guy right there, because otherwise he'd be attacking me. The rest of the goblins there don't actually attack you. All the ones that are kind of part of that cutscene, they just kind of run around and don't do anything. So we're gonna just stun these guys, stun him with an attack, just to kind of get by there without taking any damage, because here we have to fight another green guy. Nice up close and personal. And we want to save our spirit for the next bit, so we don't want to have to stun this guy. He's running away now, so that's fine. If you get them low enough health, they start to flee. It doesn't always happen, but it can happen. So we're gonna have a little brief talk with Gandalf here, and then we're gonna be out of Moria. He's gonna face the Balrog. I'm trying, man. Okay. Okay. So we're out of here. Now, right here, there's going to be a little cutscene dodge we're going to do by walking to the right and then down. Normally, you talk to those three guys there. But you can skip it simply by moving to the right instead of going straight down when you come out of the door. Very easy little cutscene skip. So exactly enough money for a whetstone, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to sell these just to make room for a little extra, in case I find good weapons or something that I want to pick up later on. I do still have kind of I think I have a short sword still on my left hand, so I do want to get a better weapon for that eventually, if I find one. It's not a huge deal, but if I find like a long sword or something, that'd be nice. The Falchion that I have in my hand is not the greatest, because it has -2 accuracy, and I do not want that. So, oh, the crows, yeah, so the crows, by the way, if they get away, so they'll kind of like fly away like that. If I let them get away, they will kind of alert Sauron to my presence, and what that does is it increases this little... Sauron's eye will appear in the top corner of the screen, and kind of eventually ring wraiths will spawn if it gets big enough, and I don't want that because that just kind of hampers the run, slows it down a lot. I'm going to turn around and just fight these wolves really quick, get some experience. I am going to try to still fight groups of enemies if I can find decently sized groups that will die kind of quickly, because I do still need more experience. It's, you know, at the end of the game, I'm going to be fighting really tough enemies that you have to fight. These wolves give a lot of experience, so I want to try and kill them quickly if I can, and then move on. Oops. There's also something to note is that there are 2 different generations for the map that I'm on right now, and the next 3 maps as well. So just by that big tree right there, I can tell this is one of the 2 maps, like which one it is. There's little indicators at the start of each area, visual indicators as to which map you got. So the crow being at the start of that last map was actually the indicator for that one, being the one it was. So we're going to keep going in accuracy. We're going to keep putting points into dual wield now. Our commanding presence being level 3 is as high as we need it. It'd be kind of a little bit of a waste to keep putting points into it after that. So we're just going to keep putting points into dual wield, trying to do as much damage as possible. And you'll notice I'll just kind of take a single swing at some enemies sometimes, because at this point I'm able to one-shot some enemies. So I'll just take a single swing as I'm going by them just to try and, you know, get a quick kill. Or sometimes it's just to stun them to get by them, like in that case there. That guy, I knew I couldn't kill him one shot, but I wanted to get by him safely. These guys I can kill because they give a decent amount of experience. I was hoping that guy would die too. There we go. And, okay, that's fine. So this is the last area in this zone coming up. And it can be pretty rough. I don't know which one we're going to get here. It looks like we got the not too bad one. This is a longbow, which Aragorn cannot use. That is for Legolas. Sandals! Yay! Okay, we're moving faster now. That's good. Took us long enough, but this is finally a speed run now. It's no longer just a casual Let's Play, so... Okay. So we gotta go down here. I'm gonna ignore those guys. Kill these guys because they're in my way. We also don't really care about gems anymore at this point. There's no other places where we can buy things that kind of are in our path. So we don't need to be worried about gems anymore at all. I'm gonna ignore those guys because they're very tough. They're not worth killing. Just takes a lot of time. And here we have to go over and talk to Boromir. And then we're going to be going to Emon Hen. Right there. So this is the spot now where we're going to first encounter the Uruk-hai. And they are a much tougher class of enemy. We're not going to encounter them just yet. It's going to be in a little bit here after going through some screens. Oh, this guy's not dying. Okay. Those guys have really high defense, the little brown guys. Ooh, please die, Wolf. Thank you. So we want to kind of drag these enemies with us this way, to try and group them with these guys so we can kill them all at once here at the exit of the area. So we want to get some fast experience, hopefully, if they all die. Okay, that's still good enough. I don't like to spend too long swinging at them. I try to just kill them all in like 5 or 6 hits, and then if any are still alive, I just kind of let them be. Same here. I want to drag these guys down a bit. Try to get a group of 4 of these guys here, or 5 maybe, if I'm lucky. Yeah, got 5. Okay, that was good. You just want to, again, you want to try and drag enemies together, group them up, and then kill them all quickly, rather than stopping to fight everywhere. Here as well, I'm going to just stop and turn around and try to kill... Okay, well, I didn't get all 4, but that's fine. Okay, yeah, we're leaving there. Okay, so that guy got a good hit on me. So you'll see how much damage enemies can do. It can get really out of hand near the end of the game with how much damage they deal. And the Uruk-hai that we're going to be seeing very soon here can deal even more damage. I'm actually going to just... this is kind of risky. So something else to talk about really quick is that fighting downwards on the screen like that is actually a lot more dangerous than fighting when you're facing up. Your attacks have more range when you're going upwards, whether it's diagonally or straight up. So this is the Uruk-hai, by the way. Their attacks come out on the very first frame of the animation, so they'll raise their swords, and just by raising their swords they can hit me. I'm going to just go around this way, and then we're going to... Oop, okay, that was risky. Oop, okay, these guys are blocking me down here now. Gotta be real careful here. Okay, we're good. Gonna just sneak past these guys. Yeah, so their attacks not only come out immediately and can hit me as soon as they start the animation, which means that I can't really evasively move around them. I have to just kind of keep my distance. This guy never attacks you, by the way. That guy right there. He just kind of wanders around. He doesn't care. He's a friend of the run. So I have to keep them at a distance, and that's, you know, the other characters have to fight them as well, but Aragorn has such huge range with his dual wield that it's a lot easier for him to keep them at a safe distance. Okay, well, that guy's not dying. There we go. So yeah, we're gonna fight some because they do give really good experience. So we're gonna try to fight some here and there just to kind of get, as long as they're in groups. I was hoping that I'd get all 3 of them here, but only got 2, that's fine. And we still do want to level up a few more times before we get to the end, but we're going to just kind of pick and choose our fights carefully from here on out. So coming up here is the second boss fight of the game, which is Lurtz. And I'm going to try to lose those guys behind that tree. It didn't really work, so we're going to run. Normally I want to lose those guys and then kind of kill the one that's by the bridge there. But sometimes they make their way around that tree. They're not entirely stupid. Okay. So Lurtz can do a lot of damage to us, but we can also do a lot of damage to him if we stun him. Okay, so he died, but he summoned his friends, which is not good. That doesn't always happen, but did here. I still can end the cutscene, and I don't think I'll die, so... Yeah, okay, we're good. So we're out of here. Good. We got to avoid that rough situation. So right here, I'm going to do that thing I talked about earlier and intentionally die. I'm just going to let this guy kill me. Come on, dude. You can do better than that. There we go. So I'm going to let him kill me because I was very low on health, and this area is very, very easy to die in later on. So if I had... Ooh, jeez, wow. Okay, well, now I'm low on health again, so it didn't even matter. So you see how fast he can attack me there, and especially when I'm moving downwards, it's just very, very difficult to kind of be able to react to that in time. We're going to try to lose them between these bushes here, and then get up this way, kill these wolves. The crossbow guys can also do a lot of damage. These guys here, they can do a lot of damage with a single shot like that right there. Very, very dangerous in this spot in general. We're going to try to move around this box here. Okay, stun those guys. Hopefully they don't follow me up here. Okay, we gotta kill this guy, otherwise... Or, you know, we don't have to kill him, actually. Oh, boy. Okay, we're through. We're fine. Might have to take another intentional death here, but it's all good. So, actually, you know what? I'm gonna try to... Let's see what happens. I don't know. As long as I can fight these guys and kill them, I should be okay. There's a large group here, which has 2 archers in it, so I need to be able to hit them and stun them. Oh, these guys are fast, so I'm going to lose them behind this rock. Sometimes enemies... Oh, that's another thing, too. Enemies' speed, the actual speed that they walk at is random when the enemy spawns in. So it can become extremely variable how fast they move and chase you. Those guys there were as fast as me, so it kind of didn't give me an opportunity to turn around and hit them from a distance. Sometimes enemies will be slower than you, sometimes they'll be same speed, sometimes they can be faster. It's really random, so don't really know what to expect. Okay, so that was a little confusing there. So I actually wanted to run towards that guy, even though it seemed counterintuitive, because there was a piece of elven lembas bread that fell at his feet that dropped from one of the wolves, and that is a almost full heal, so it restores a lot of my health. And so even though it's a little counterintuitive that I was running right next to a guy who can kill me in one shot, I still wanted to do it because I wanted to get that full heal. I do need experience now because I'm very close to a level up, so I want to be careful here and not die. And that means being very, very careful with the kiting. There we go. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we got to level up. We're going to just spend that really quick. We got some extra skill points too from story progress. There's 2 points in this game where just by progressing through the story you're given a skill point. You also get an extra skill point for killing 500 enemies in total. So that's going to happen at some point as well. In Helm's Deep is a whole lot of Uruk-hai we have to fight through, so 500 may seem like a lot, but it does happen in the course of the run. So here's a little tricky part here. We have to try to kill these guys quickly enough that the archers behind us don't do too much damage to us, and that was fine. And now we're into Fangorn Forest. Fangorn is there's a lot of like kind of running past enemies, trying to fight weaker ones. We're going to completely ignore those orcs that it just showed. That was just a little cutscene, but we can just kind of... It wants you to go up that way, but there's a little shortcut you can take over here along the river. Kind of sneak past these rocks and go around. Saves a lot of time. And we're going to kill these wolves really quick. There's supposed to be 3 wolves here, I think. Might be 1 up here somewhere. Oh, okay, it's 3 here.
Do you have time for a few donations?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. Yeah, there's not a whole lot that happens here.
All right, well, I think we know where the sandals came from because we got a $20 donation from Spring Dingus who said, buying Nysyarc a fancy pair of sandals for this run.
Thank you, thank you.
We also had $50 from Krayson's mom who said, Lord of the Rings speedrun Nysyarc.
that is my mom. She is watching right now in the chat. So hi mom. A lot of my family and friends actually should be in the chat right now watching. So I thank you guys for your support and being here.
And then we also had $10 from, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Kaylee? Hey, it's Kaylee. Good luck, you're doing awesome.
Hey Kaylee, thank you. Thank you so much.
Then we also had $11 from Anonymous who just said, go Lord of the Rings block. And finally, $50 from Anonymous who said, put them sandals into maximum speed.
Heck yeah, $50, wow. That's awesome. Yeah, thank you everyone so much for the donations. Okay, so we're getting through Fangorn here. I don't particularly care about those crows getting away at this point. There's not really, like, if 2 of them get away, it's not a big deal, and there's not really many more crows left in the game at this point to, just kind of, but you can see there actually what that does. You can see the Eye of Sauron on the top right there, and if that gets really big, it spawns ring wraiths, but we're not going to have to worry about that. So I'm just kind of moving around enemies, trying to avoid them. Enemy pathing in this game is also very random and very weird. Enemies will sometimes specifically move to block you if you're trying to go somewhere. I'm not sure if it's like programmed that way or what, but they will deliberately kind of try to get in your way ahead of where you're going. So they'll kind of recognize where you're pathing to and then path ahead of you, which is very interesting enemy behavior, but I've noticed it happen a lot of times. Oh, okay, I want to kill that guy because he can kill me in one shot. There we go. Normally does not take that many hits to kill him. So this part here is very tricky. I have to fight downwards against a whole bunch of Uruk-hai. That sound you heard, that clanking sound, was my amulet saving my life. So that's already happened once, which is cool. Always like it when that happens. Yeah, so those guys are very dangerous to fight. It went well. That was good. I also have had a whole bunch more of them right here. Okay, that was my amulet saving me again. That's twice now in this area, which is really cool. Oh, okay, it didn't save me that time. We're just gonna try to go run past these guys with a quick stun there. There we go. So yeah, I have to fight the guys in the choke point there because they're blocking me. But the guys down below there, they usually spawn a bit further down, so I can just kind of stun them and run past. So now we're on to the Fangorn Troll. This is the boss of this area. Final real boss of the game, actually. I want to try and damage this little troll if I can here. I didn't really get any aim, but that's fine. Because he can fit through the safe spot, so... Right here is the safe spot. Little troll can still get through, but big troll gets stuck right there, and I just get a whole bunch of free hits on him. So the little troll still can kill me, but he didn't. I killed him first, so we're good. And now we just kind of keep attacking until the Fangorn Troll's dead. And there's a brief moment right here where I can check what kind of dropped, because the loading zone for the end of the area there doesn't trigger for about 5 seconds after the Fangorn Troll actually dies. I also leveled up here, so I'm going to spend that really quick. And I also just realized that, one sec here, there we go. Okay. Didn't realize that I picked up shoes at some point. I thought that I hadn't picked up anything on my feet, so I didn't actually have the sandals on. Okay. So we're going to talk to Eowyn, talk to Legolas, and then get out of here. And we're making our way to Helm's Deep now, through Rohan. And these screens coming up here, these 4 areas of Rohan, they see how they moved there. So that was an example of them moving to block me. They kind of move diagonally up and where I'm going to try and block my path. It's very dangerous because they also do a lot of damage when they're right next to you, and they can attack instantly. So yeah, these areas are very prone to deaths. I very likely will die somewhere in here. It's just very likely to happen because of the nature of how I have to get through these areas. Okay, we're doing okay right now, though. Normally there's some orcs to the right there that will kind of sneak up behind you on that bridge, but they didn't actually this time, so they must have spawned further to the right than usual. That guy was in a good spot, so we were able to sneak past him, and we're through this screen. That's fine. This one here is really tough. I have to get through a choke point with a whole bunch of enemies that are up on hills that I can't hit, and I have to break objects to get through it. So here we go. Let's see if we can get this first try here. I have to stun these guys and hope they're in good enough spots so I can sneak between them, and I did. And we're through. Okay, that was really good. Usually, you know, I'm not really upset with a couple of deaths there, because you can really easily get trapped in that choke point and then die from the archers above you. So that went really well. This guy's blocking us a little harder than usual, but there was the amulet saving us twice. Coming in clutch, that 5% chance really, you know, showing that it's... Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to have to go around these guys. There's some more orcs up here that I have to dodge. Those are really fast, too. And we are home free to Helm's Deep now. I say home free, but there's still some hard fights up, you know, up ahead, so... We made it through Gap of Rohan with no deaths, which is actually really good. I'm very happy about that. This wolf is just... Oh, there we go. He's stuck now. He really wanted in. Okay, so we're going to have some conversations here. Now, this map, this particular map here, is interesting because, once again, there are multiple characters that have to do this map in their runs. Legolas and Gandalf also have to do this map and fight all these enemies. But for Aragorn's run in particular, you have to move in a very specific way around the map in order to avoid taking free damage from the environment. Sounds weird, but if you don't avoid these triggers that exist all over the map, you will take a whole bunch of like just damage from nothing, from like arrows hitting you from nowhere and explosions that happen, and it can really make it difficult to get through the area. It actually took me a little while to figure out that's what was happening, that it was kind of these triggers that I could avoid. And when I did, I kind of planned a route through this area to kind of avoid all the triggers. There's only one that you have to hit, and it's that one right there. You cannot avoid that one. And we're going to quickly kill these guys. We're going to go very specifically here, not too far, because if I go too far to the left there when I attack that ladder, I'll spawn two Uruk-hai behind me. It's just unnecessary to spawn them. They're just more of a danger, more of a threat, so I specifically avoid spawning them. Here, there's going to be 4 of these guys that are all going to come at me at once, and I need to be very careful not to die because it's going to cost me a lot of time to have to redo this at this point. So we're going to play this safe, kill them all. Sometimes if I'm on a really good run, I will try to just kind of breeze through there as fast as possible and get to those 2 ladders without killing them. But it's a marathon. We're going to play it safe. We don't want to be set back too far here. And yeah, this next map is going to be a whole lot of just standing still, fighting enemies, and hoping we don't get hit. There's a safe, well, I say safe spot, but it's kind of just a like right here is basically where I want to stand. And all the enemies are going to spawn right in front of me here, and I don't want them to get behind me or out of my reach ahead of me. Because if any of them get away from where I'm hitting right now, then I have to rely on Gimli going and killing them, which is not good, because he's not very good. He doesn't do a whole lot of damage. But more critically, if I move right now at all, doesn't matter where I move, if I move in any way, shape, or form right now, a whole bunch of archers and like the crossbowers will come up from behind me, and they can very easily kill me. And it's a lot of them. The situation becomes very quickly just overwhelming. So I want to stay exactly where I am. I don't want to have to move at all, so I want to kill these orcs as quickly and efficiently as possible. Now that guy did get away, and unfortunately it was after Gimli is gone. So we're going to spend a level up here, and I'm going to just hope that he doesn't hit me a whole lot until I can kill the rest of these guys. I do need to kill him though, because otherwise the rest of these won't spawn. So we're trapped now. This is really bad, but you know what? We're going to try to make it work. I think we should be in the clear as long as I kill this guy and the next guy that spawns. I think that's it, yeah, okay. And there's Legolas, good, okay. So Legolas appears there when you kill all the orcs that spawn in that breach. Okay, that was really lucky actually, because it could have got a whole lot worse if more enemies beneath me had seen me. We're going to try to fight our way through here. These guys always try to block you, that's fine. Dying there doesn't matter, because I respawn right here. It doesn't lose a lot of time at all. And it just gives us an opportunity to get through here a bit quicker too, so. So we're gonna just kind of try to safely get through this area by kind of moving around enemies. Ooh, that arrow, really, what a sniper. And we want to fight these guys because they're kind of blocking us in a way that even if we stun them, they're kind of blocking our path. So it's not worth. Same with these guys here. It's usually easier just to kill them. I find I've tried kind of stunning them to get by before, and they just end up kind of blocking you. So you have to kill them anyway. So we're going to kill this crow, because if the crows are chasing you like that, they can actually... oh, this guy's really out of position. Okay, so normally he doesn't spawn that far to the left. I was hoping he spawned down below the other 2 orange guys, which is where he normally does. Oh, this is really bad. Jeez. Okay, we're going to have to just fight these guys. Okay, we're low on spirit now, but we can try to make this work. Those guys have another instant attack that just kind of hits right away. I have to kill these crows because they will... otherwise kill me. We just got to get to the glittering caves here. We just got to make a mad dash for the left side of the screen, and we're good. Okay. That wolf at the very end there can actually kill you immediately when you... I'm going to let these guys kill me, by the way, just so I can get my health back. Again, intentionally dying is actually a very good tactic in this, because if you have very low health, it's unlikely that you'll survive through an entire area. So you have to kind of do a calculated move and just kind of die at the very start of the area intentionally to save time later on. Okay, so now in this area we have to kill these red guys. There's 6 of these red guys here, and I have to kill all 6 of them in order to make Eowyn spawn down in the bottom left to get out of the area. That was my 500th kill, by the way. That's why the little cross appeared up in the top right there. Or top left, rather, sorry. So yeah, 6 red guys. They're very strong. They come with all kinds of friends. I want to keep them at as much range as possible. Like, you see how far away I can be from them and still hit them. I want to do that as often as possible, just keep them at max distance, and that way, also right there, you'll notice I kind of kept him on the very edge of my screen on the right. There are 3 archers behind him, or crossbowmen behind him, and if they see me as well as him, same thing here, right? There's 3 crossbows to the right of that guy. So I don't want the crossbows to see me, because they'll start shooting at me and it's a lot more dangerous. I want to be able to kill the red guys without the crossbows harassing me. And now I can kill the crossbows here because they're in my way, and then I'll just go down and there's 2 more red guys, and then we are through the glittering caves, and we're into the final screen of the run. So we're getting close to the end here. And if there's any more donations, you might as well read them now before I get to this last area.
We do have one.
Okay.
It's $30 from Conrad Howie, who says, Buffy is watching.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so this is the final area. I need to destroy 6 of these siege weapon things here. And I need to do it carefully because there's these powerful orcs all around them. So I want to try and hit the orcs and the siege weapons at the same time if I can, like what I was doing there. Another interesting thing about this is that anytime enemies in this game are near an object that you can destroy, like those weapons or like barrels or stumps, they will behave very weirdly. They will kind of just run around in circles, not attack you, and they also can't be stunned. So it's very, very strange behavior, but it happens anytime enemies are around something like those siege weapons or the barrels or stumps and all that. It's just an odd kind of thing. I'm not really sure what it is. Some kind of bug, but... Now, again, I said ideally I want to be able to hit these guys at the same time as the weapons, but I also need to look out for my life here because I don't want to die and lose a lot of time. So when I need to, I will still just fight the enemies away from the weapons if I have to. So here's the situation where I can hit both. This guy's coming up behind me now, or sorry, out of my range rather, not behind me, but I don't want him to kill me, so gotta play it safe here. There we go. Only 2 left to go, and then we're in the clear. Okay. So again, these guys are behaving really weirdly. As soon as I destroy that weapon, though, if I'm right next to them like that, they will... ooh, I need to get out of here because those guys are coming up behind me really, really fast. Okay. So as soon as I destroy this weapon, they're going to start behaving normally again, which is bad news if I'm right next to them because they'll suddenly attack me when they haven't been for a while. There we go. That was a very timely level up. I'm not going to spend that level up, but it's still good because it gave me a full heal. So I'm less likely to die now. This is the last weapon, and I'm going to tell you when it's time. It's going to be not quite yet, but in just a few seconds here after I talk to the characters up here. So it's coming up when the screen fades to black. Time. Whew. We'll just watch this little cutscene here. Oh, okay. What was my time, out of curiosity?
It was just over 42 minutes, 20 seconds.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all for a no reset, marathon run. Again, like I wasn't too concerned about what kind of time I got. I was just more excited to kind of showcase the game and to have, a chance to help raise money for this charity. So, yeah, just really have to be here. I just want to give a couple of quick shout outs so the credits are rolling here. Just, again, to everyone, all my friends and family who are watching, I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. My wife kind of did a lot of work messaging everyone and kind of letting everyone know this was happening. So, and thank you guys so much for donating too. Again, it was not an expectation that like anybody, that I told about this would donate, but you guys are really generous, and thank you so much for that. And yeah, thank you guys for putting this whole marathon on, Zojalix and everybody else involved. Just thanks for having me here. Just was a lot of fun, and glad I got to show this awesome game off. I love this game. It goes way back for me because my the oldest of my 2 younger brothers and I kind of played this game a lot growing up together. So, all right, and that's about it.
Well, thank you very much for that run. We head to an intermission while we set up for Rylan H's run of Lord of the Rings 2 Towers, and we will be right back.